Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I'm Dr. Sarah, a pediatrician, and today we're retackling one of the most common questions I get from new parents. What is the safest way for my baby to sleep? It's a topic filled with anxiety and conflicting advice, especially the big debate. Should my baby sleep on their back or on their side? This is more than just a preference. It's about safety, and the science is incredibly clear. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to dive deep into the evidence, bust some common myths, and give you the confidence you need to ensure your little one has the safest sleep possible. So let's get started and clear up the confusion once and for all. First, let's talk about why sleeping on the back is the gold standard for infant safety. The American Academy of Pediatrics launched the Back to Sleep campaign for a very powerful reason, and it all comes down to a baby's anatomy. Let's visualize it. When a baby is lying on their back, their trachea, or windpipe, is positioned on top of their esophagus, which is the tube that leads to the stomach. Think of it like two parallel pipes. If your baby happens to spit up or have reflux while on their back, gravity helps the fluid go back down the esophagus, not into the airway. The baby can easily turn their head to the side, and the spit-up will pool in their cheek or run out of their mouth, keeping the airway clear. This simple act of placing them on their backs significantly reduces the risk of choking and, most importantly, sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. It's the single most effective action you can take to lower this risk. Now, let's look at the alternative that many parents consider: side sleeping. On the surface, it might seem like a safe compromise, but the reality is that side sleeping is an unstable position for an infant. Babies, especially newborns, don't have the muscle control to stay put. Imagine placing a round object on its side. It can easily roll one way or the other. For a baby, this means they can easily roll from their side onto their stomach. And stomach sleeping is the position we know carries the highest risk for SIDS. When a baby is on their stomach, they may be rebreathing their own exhaled air, which is low in oxygen and high in carbon dioxide. Their face could also be pressed into the mattress, obstructing their nose and mouth. Because side sleeping can so easily lead to stomach sleeping, it is not recommended. It's simply not a stable or safe position. This brings us to one of the biggest myths I hear in my practice. But what if my baby has reflux? Won't they choke on their spit up if they're on their back? This is a completely understandable fear. As a parent, your instinct is to protect your child from any potential harm. However, as we just discussed with the anatomy, the opposite is actually true. Healthy babies have a gag reflex and other protective mechanisms that help them clear their airways. When on their back, gravity is their friend, pulling spit up away from their windpipe and back into the esophagus. Studies have shown that the number of deaths from choking is actually very low and has not increased since the back-to-sleep recommendations were put in place. In fact, babies are better equipped to handle spit-up while on their back than in any other position. So, the myth that back sleeping increases choking risk is just that myth. The science and the data overwhelmingly support that back is safest, even for babies with reflux. So, we've established that back sleeping is the safest position. But the position is only one part of the equation. Creating a safe sleep environment is equally crucial. Let's go through a simple checklist. Think of the ABCs of safe sleep. A is for alone. Your baby should sleep alone in their own designated sleep space, like a crib bassinet or pack and play. This means no co-sleeping with parents, siblings, or pets. The risk of accidental suffocation or entrapment is just too high. B is for back. Every single sleep naps and nighttime your baby should be placed on their back. If your baby is old enough to roll over on their own, you don't need to stay up all night flipping them back. Just always start them on their back. C is for crib. The crib or bassinet should be empty. This is so important. All you need is a firm, flat mattress with a fitted sheet. That's it. No pillows, no blankets, no bumpers, no stuffed animals, no wedges, no petitioners. These soft items can pose a suffocation hazard. A firm surface is key because a soft surface can conform to the baby's face if they roll over, obstructing their breathing. Let's recap what we've learned. The science is definitive. Always place your baby on their back to sleep for every sleep. This position uses your baby's own anatomy to protect their airway and has been proven to dramatically reduce the risk of SIDS. Side sleeping is not a safe alternative because it's unstable and can lead to the baby rolling onto their stomach, the highest risk position. We also busted the myth about reflux, confirming that babies are actually safer on their backs even if they spit up. And finally, we reviewed the ABCs of safe sleep. Baby sleeps alone, on their back, in an empty crib or bassinet. I know that being a new parent comes with a lot of worries, and the constant concern for your baby's safety can feel overwhelming. But by following these evidence-based guidelines, you are doing the absolute best thing to protect your child while they sleep. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more evidence-based parenting advice. Sleep well, and we'll see you in the next video.